Yo, you are tapped in to the Unapologetically Uncensored podcast with your boy D Streety. Or since y'all got y'all nosy ass in my basement, y'all can call me Street since we gonna get a little more up close and personal with each other. Thanks for tuning in. All bullshit aside, sit back or sit up, and all you gotta do is just listen and follow. On today's episode, I want to tap into the NBA top duos and the up-and-coming duos. I'm going to also revisit a take that I had on the Anthony Davis trade to see how right or how wrong I was. Carmelo Anthony's farewell tour, how sad, and the top teams in the West. Stay tuned. We all done digested all that information. I was just thinking about the 2018-2019 season. How the Golden State Warriors finished first at top of the West. The Nuggets were second. The Trailblazers were sitting third. The 2019-2020 season, I got the standings a little bit different than most will have it. I got the Denver Nuggets sitting first with the additions of Bobo, Jeremy Grant, and if Michael Porter played any lick of basketball with that young nucleus of that Denver Nuggets core, I think they could finish top. Good coach Mike Malone and a good nucleus of players and the Joker down in the middle. I'll say at second, I'll take the Portland Trailblazers with the addition of Hassan Whiteside. If he can stay healthy, that'll give Dame and CJ a formidable big man that can hold his presence down low with the other big man still hurt. Hopefully he'll be back sometime in the season. And then I believe Portland can finish second. Most people think, the battle with LA got the Clippers, the Lakers first and second. I put the Clippers as third. Even though Kawhi, Paul George came, I still feel like 1, 2, 3 from the point guard, shooting guard, and the small forward, they do have the best defensive team in the NBA. I still don't believe that that's enough to win 60 plus games. Plus, Kawhi probably still going to be on load management or whatever. I do believe Paul George can carry the team. I just don't believe that's enough to sit them first. I don't even have the Lakers in my top 5. Number 4, I have the Rockets. The Rockets finished 4th last year, so I'm going to have them finishing at the same. With the addition of Westbrook, I do truly believe that's additional help. I believe that's more firepower. That's a bigger upgrade from Chris Paul. You have a Ben McLemore, Tyson Chandler, and Anthony Bennett probably has a lot to prove. I do like the Houston Rockets. I know there's a lot of naysayers saying, can Westbrook and James Harden play together? James Harden and Westbrook has been playing together the majority of their lives. James Harden and Westbrook once played in OKC, and Russell Westbrook is on record saying when they played in OKC, he took a back seat to Harden on several occasions, which, if you were a historian of basketball, that was only 7, 8, 9 years ago. 2012, James Harden would finish games and close out games while Westbrook was playing off ball. Now, everybody wants this narrative that it's 2 ball-dominant guards. Yes, they both are ball-dominant, but I truly believe friends, best friends. We seen how LeBron James and Dwayne Wade work together when 2 friends play together. Like, one will make that sacrifice to win. I got Utah with the addition of Mike Conley. I got them staying same in 5th. I got the Lakers at 6 with the addition of Anthony Davis, because basically that's it. Quinn Cook, Danny Green, Jared Dudley, Dwight Howard. Now, I had the Lakers higher if Boogie Cousins didn't get hurt. If Boogie stayed healthy, I had the Lakers finishing second, at least second in the West. 7th, the Golden State Warriors with the addition of D'Angelo Russell. I believe 7th, they not going to push Curry to go crazy 40-plus minutes and shooting a whole lot of fucking balls. I truly believe D'Angelo Russell helped them hold ship until Klay Thompson get back. At 8, oh man, I put the Spurs there. It was a difficult decision. Popovich, Pop Magic, DeRozan, LaMarcus, Patty. I put the Spurs at 8. Teams that I truly believe the Thunder definitely will fall out. The Mavs, I'm still not out on them. The Kings is who I had for 8 originally, but I end up going with the Spurs. 12, the Wolves. 13, Grizzlies. We all know how that's going to turn out. Now, we know some teams that went together and put together some real pretty talented duos. So I'm going to rank my top 20, top 25 duos in the NBA. I'm going with number 1, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Even though, Paul coming off shoulder short surgery. He is expected to be healthy by the start of the season. And then he was also runner up for MVP. Kawhi Leonard coming off one of the greatest playoff runs, and they one of the best defensive duos in the NBA. I want to say Steph Curry and Klay Thompson because they are one of the top duos, but right now Klay coming off that ACL injury, so maybe when he get back, we can revisit the conversation. LeBron James and Anthony Davis could solidify that 2 spot because this is one of the 3 duos in the league where both players could be considered the MVP. Davis fits well with James, and the Lakers finally acquired enough shooting to free up both players. The Lakers have championship aspirations and the star players to lead their team. A lot of people has been discussing this Kyrie and Kevin Durant. The jury's yet to, we don't know yet. Kevin Durant gonna miss a whole season, so we don't know how that duo gonna go. At least one bona fide MVP candidate. Another duo, I got Giannis and Chris Middleton. Giannis MVP. He entering next season as the best player in the league to me. And Chris Middleton just got him a big $178 million deal in free agency. So hopefully, they can carry the Bucks. I'm going to go further down the list. I'll put this as my number 2 duo, Russell Westbrook and James Harden. This is the 3rd duo composed of MVP candidates. Although Westbrook could see his numbers decline, maybe the former Thunder teammates are looking to rediscover their chemistry, and while things could be rough for the first couple months, expect both players to come alive by the end of the season. I'm going to go 2 established duos. We got Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum. Lillard is one of the best leaders in the NBA, and he made big shots after big shot when the bright lights are the brightest. McCollum, he came into his own, one of the top shooters in the league. The only thing I got against Dame Dollar and CJ McCollum is defensively they need to step it up. I'm gonna go next. The Joker, Jamal Murray, them boys bad. Joel and Ben Simmons after them. The process definitely over. Both players got big contract extensions. Embiid has MVP potential, and Simmons, he been looking good in the summer. We've been seeing that jump shot. We'll see how I rely on the NBA court. Next after them, Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley. I love what they got in Utah. They finally got a point guard, so that's going to take a lot of pressure off Donovan Mitchell. He's not going to have to, do so much. You got a real all-star caliber point guard in Mike Conley who can run the show, get that ball down to Gobert, and let Donovan Mitchell operate in open space. Next, after them guys, I like Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner. The Pacers, even though Oladipo's still recovering, he probably will be out to October, December, early January. Miles Turner just got an extension, but he needs to improve and let people know he worth the money. The Pacers still, a surprise team. If Oladipo don't go down last year, I still believe that they would have made a lot of noise in the Eastern Conference. This duo, man, I'm so not sold on John Wall and Bradley Beal. I believe the Washington Wizards need to break it up immediately and rebuild. 13, Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam, the Toronto Raptors. Even with, Leonard leaving, the Raptors are going to be good. Siakam, most improved player. Sal Majuri didn't want to trade him for Paul George or Russell Westbrook, which I would have did because maybe that would have kept Kawhi Leonard. Or maybe Sal Majuri knew something we knew that Kawhi was leaving all along. LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan follow them, followed by Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. 16 is one that I'm not so sure about, Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum. We just had Kyrie Irving in Boston with Jason Tatum, and I truly believe when Gordon Hayward came back, Jason Tatum regrets because they insert Gordon, and I truly feel like the players felt some type of way, so Kyrie became the scapegoat. Kyrie got up out of there, and let's see how they fit with Kemba. I think Boston going to stay the same, top 5 in the East, but really not going to make no noise in the playoffs. Vucevic and Aaron Gordon down in Orlando. And then my young guns, the duos I like, Luka Doncic and Kristaps. I believe Luka displayed that that he gonna be one of them up and coming guards, and he gonna be here for a minute. And then Kristaps, when he get back, he gonna be nice, man. Don't be shocked if these two eventually become NBA's premier tandem. I still like what they got in Sacramento with Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox. The Kings were one of the last season surprise teams, thanks to that dynamic duo they had. Hill was one of the top 3-point shooters in the NBA, while Fox showcased tremendous talent as the lead guard. This duo should fuel Sacramento for years to come. They got a good thing up there. Number 20, my city, Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen, Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine almost averaged career highs last year. He could be an all-star candidate this year. Of course, the all-star game in Chicago, we definitely need somebody off the team to make the all-star team. Markkanen averaged 18 and 7 and 9 rebounds per game after missing time with an elbow injury. Both players provide a solid foundation for the Bulls to build on. The Bulls got a lot of pieces, and I truly believe Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen is where it's at. You keep that tandem together. You don't go nowhere else. You got some kids down in Atlanta, Trae Young and John Collins. Collins was a candidate for most improved and should be a front court fixture in Atlanta for years to come. While Trae Young, he's a dynamic, dicey guard who turned the corner during the second half of the season. With plenty of perimeter players surrounding this duo, the Hawks are ready to take off. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team, but they definitely going to make some noise. But then again, in the East, ain't no telling who can make the playoffs. Maybe Atlanta sneak in at that 8th seed. And let's not forget about them boys down in Phoenix, Booker and Aiden. Aiden flew under the radar last year, but he put up one of the most dominant rookie seasons in league history. Booker is a perimeter star who's capable of evolving into an all-around player alongside the center. Phoenix has a strong future with these two in place. And let's not forget, Booker been working on his game. They double-teaming him in scrimmages, man. Booker say, man, you don't double-team in scrimmage. Devin Booker, niggas ain't trying to let you score 50 in no scrimmage game, bro. So they double-team. No, but that's some garbage-ass shit, though, real talk. The unknowns. Darius Garland and Colin Sexton, them boys up in Cleveland. I really like Colin Sexton. The Cavaliers, they hoping this the backcourt of the future. Sexton had a rough rookie season, but he was playing on a team of bums. But he could definitely benefit from Garland's presence as a secondary creator. Cleveland, they still going through a rebuild. How LeBron and them left them, but they should be decent with them guys. R.J. Barrett and Kevin Knox next on my list. Knox experienced several, fluctuating stretches. He can't get on the court during his rookie year, but was still one of the worst players in the league by advanced metrics. Barrett should be a solid scorer from day one, but will he be able to play with Knox? I still think about Miles Bridges and Malik Monk. I had Malik Monk as one of the most NBA-ready players coming out of college, and I still haven't seen it. Maybe it's Charlotte, maybe it's the system, maybe it's the coach, maybe it's the owner. But down there in Charlotte, it's something going on, and my boy Malik Monk has not done anything. Miles Bridges, that boy's so explosive, and Monk can shoot the lights out from deep, so I'm not understanding what's going on. Maybe without Kemba, both players, they can develop in Charlotte. And James Borrego comes from San Antonio, who has a strong track record for developing mid-first-round picks. So maybe he can do some of that Ginobili magic with Monk and Bridges. My last young guns is Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson Jr., he looking like he can be a dominant frontcourt player for years to come. He can space the floor. He a rim protector, and he an anchor Memphis starting unit. While Ja just had a terrific run in the NCAA, so we'll see if he can elevate some of the NBA players around him. So last year I did a little video on my YouTube, and I was talking about the Anthony Davis trade. So it was around the trade deadline, and it was approaching. And I gave a few reasons on why I believe Anthony Davis would not be in a Laker uniform that year. And more specifically, it was as of the trade deadline, everybody was on TV trying to force the trade, come up with packages saying why the Lakers should trade this, trade that. And when I made it, the Lakers were 25-24. They were sitting 2 games behind the Clippers. And I was saying maybe LeBron wasn't really that hurt, and they was trying to bait the Pels with a semi-decent middle of the impact draft pick. I was saying Lonzo Ball, he can't stay on the court, so if I was the Pelicans, I wouldn't take him. A player or two won't help compete against the Warriors. Like, the Lakers really making that trade wouldn't have been anything to stop the Warriors, even though injuries derailed the Warriors season, and we all know what happened next. Caldwell Pope is not being shopped in the trade reasons because he's under Rich Paul, so of course he was going to stay in the Lakers. The number one reason the Lakers should not make the trade was because of salary, in my opinion. They were not looking to take on any salary past that year. The reason because they had a lot of one-year deals, and they was trying to sign a free agent or two. Any deals the Lakers would have made at the trade deadline would have had to been for players with expiring contracts, and giving up assets for rentals wasn't just sensible. And I was thinking maybe they could add Kemba, but probably wouldn't be an extension business. They are not a role player two from contending, so acquiring a mid-level talent for a few months is pointless. I truly believe that the Lakers team last year was not designed to compete for a championship, no matter if they added Anthony Davis or not. Another reason I had, they could have saved all them assets for AD. We all know that the Lakers want AD, but barring some magical trade, the Pelicans will not trade Davis before the trade deadline. So if they would trade for Davis, it wouldn't be until this summer when a mega deal could go down. So why waste the assets then when a potential mega deal could have went down in the summer? With the Lakers' young players being the center of the deal and no enticing draft picks, the Lakers just need to ride the ship for the rest of the year and continue to develop the young players. And then there was no way in hell that the Lakers was going to even beat the Warriors. Even with the Anthony Davis trade, the chance of him, LeBron, Lance, JaVale, KCP beating Golden State is tough. There is no move that the Lakers can make to chase a ghost in Golden State. Just reevaluate your roster and try again next in the summer, which they did. And from New Orleans' perspective, the reason why I wouldn't have made the trade at the time, it didn't make a ton of sense. A few reasons I think the Pels should keep AD until July. Again, the Warriors, because if they're going to be there in the end, it kind of drives the market down on Davis. So if it's going to be the Warriors and another team, why should a Portland or a contender make a move for a rental Davis, waiting until the summer to see if Klay or KD leave? Something that will make other teams think they have a championship window. 2, the Boston Celtics would be a player. Boston couldn't make a deal until July because Kyrie and Davis are both on Rose Rule contracts. Unless Boston would have blew up and traded Kyrie, the Celtics would have had to wait regardless. That's advantage to the Pelicans. They could ask for Tatum, and Tatum plus Brown is better than any offer the Lakers have. I guess Boston was definitely into keeping their young players. That number 1 pick this year is very interesting. What if the Knicks would have got the first pick and got a chance to draft Zion or Barrett, or deal the pick for one of the top 5 players in the NBA? What if the Pelicans decided to tank at 22 and 28 in a crowded West? Davis wanted out. What else should the Pelicans be doing? What if they tell AD to stay home and heal? What if they start shopping Nico and expiring deal and dupe somebody into taking Solomon Hill big-ass contract? Either way, trading Davis would have meant winning more games, and that's the point. And why should the Pelicans take players from the Lakers when last year without LeBron they couldn't win 40 games? So send that same sorry-ass talent to the Pelicans. If I was Demps, I'd tell Magic to stop with these offers and holler at me in July. So then after all that went down, all that Magic Johnson stuff happened. Magic ended up resigning. The Pelicans ended up firing Demps. LeBron old GM or whatever, David Griffin from Cleveland comes in. Soon as David Griffin get there, Anthony Davis was traded to the Lakers. The players that I said, if I was the Pelicans when I was Dale Demps, I would have laughed at their ass. They shipped them. Lonzo Ball, Ingram, shipped them to the Pelicans. The Pelicans end up getting the number 1 draft pick, flipped that into Zion Williamson. The Knicks end up getting the number 2 pick, turned that into R.J. Barrett. So I was kind of right on with my trade scenarios. Boston wasn't even in the conversation. Boston went their own separate way. They was more into getting rid of Kyrie Irving, bringing in a pass first or whatever Kemba is type point guard. I guess they felt that would work better. So this summer, it's been hella blockbuster deals, and I know a lot of people, we all thirsty. We can't wait for the season to start. It's going to make some good NBA 2K20 play. I know that for sure. Man, but this been one hell of a season, man. I just want to kick the P with y'all one time. You know, I'm still trying to get this thing together, up and rolling. Another thing I want to talk about was the battle with LA. I was looking over their rosters, and if I can go over, a few of the rosters with y'all real quick, and give y'all my take on the better team of LA. So I was looking at the Lakers roster. I seen they just signed one of the Giannis little brothers off waivers, Kostas, the 6'10" kid. Avery Bradley, good role player. Devontae Kakak, Caldwell Pope, Alex Caruso, Quinn Cook, DeMarcus Hurt, Troy Daniels, Anthony Davis, Jared Dudley, Danny Green, Dwight Howard, LeBron, Kyle Kuzma, McGee, and Rajon. So I'm just assuming the starting five is going to be LeBron. He said he back running point. Kuzma. I'm Anthony Davis. I'm trying to see they starting five, like Danny Green. They got a lot of shooters on the team. They put a lot of shooters around LeBron. They put a lot of shooters on the court, but LeBron said he was running the point. Now, if Cousins stay healthy, I like this team. It's not a lot of big name players, but it's a lot of players that know their role and that's gonna play, LeBron James type basketball. And then I looked at the Clippers roster on the other hand, and I feel like they lacking a lot of depth too. I was looking at some of the names. Patrick Beverly, solid point guard. He lockdown defender. They had a two-way player named Coffee Amir or something. I'm not too familiar with him. I think he's from like Minnesota. Paul George, two-way defender, lockdown, MVP candidate and Defensive Player of the Year candidate last year. J. Michael Green, tough, 6'9", power forward, down low. Maurice Harkless, never really was sold on Mo. Montreal's Harrell, tough, center down low. Kawhi, Rodney McGruger, Patrick Patterson, Landry Shamet, Lou Real, Eva Zubac. See, I'm not really sold on neither one of the LA teams. That's why I didn't have them really high on my list. That's why I had the Lakers 6, the Clippers 3rd. Outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis, I don't really see nobody on the Lakers team giving you 15. What do Dwight Howard got left? Do he got 82 games in him? Do he got 70 games in him? Do he got 60? The jury is still out on LeBron. Will he play the full season? Is he healthy enough to play the full season? Is Father Time catching up to him? You never know what's going on, man. So I was thinking about my man Carmelo Anthony also, and I truly feel like the NBA doing Melo bogus, man, because I've been looking at a lot of these rosters, just like the Kaepernick situation. Carmelo Anthony deserves to be on the NBA roster. And for it to take Kyrie and KD to say put him on Brooklyn, he can go to Brooklyn. Wilson Chandler hurt. And it'll probably be a 1-year thing. So he like, yeah, I'm excited to go to Brooklyn. But you got to remember, no KD playing. And I still really don't like that Brooklyn team. A lot of people tell me it's a nice little team. But, without KD in the mix, I don't see that team being no better than what Boston was last year. Or what D'Angelo Russell had him. Kyrie, a good player, a great player, excellent point guard. But with that supporting cast, he just had a squad in Boston, and look where they went. So with that Brooklyn team, I see them improving. Probably a little bit better next year when KD getting back. Hopefully that Achilles didn't really do nothing to him. I hate that they even tried to hide it in the first place, because when he first went down, we all knew it was Achilles injury. But I just feel bad for my man Carmelo Anthony, because I truly feel that he deserves to be on the NBA team. He do not deserve to be backing up certain players in the NBA. He deserves to start And as I was watching Team USA the other day, it was a couple games ago, but they was playing Canada, and this Team USA, they barely scratching 80, 90 points. And I remember the 2003 or whatever team, the Melo, LeBron, the bronze team, they even looked 10 times better than the team that they got out on the court right now. The only problem that bronze team had, that the rest of the world in basketball had caught up. And a lot of teams had NBA players on them. And they were studs. They've been playing professionally overseas since they was 15 and 16 years old. This Team USA team, it looks lost. It looks like they never shot that type of basketball. It looks like the rules is bothering them, because now you have to respect coaches like Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr. They got a couple college coaches. Now you got to respect them, because all the time you're not going to get the best talent. And you got coaches like Popovich, all he do is win. We'll see about Steve Kerr this year, missing two of his top 4, top 5 players that he had the last couple years. Greg Popovich, he does it all the time. No matter who you give him, what you do, he finds a way to win and make the playoffs. So, with that being said, that Team USA can use Carmelo Anthony's leadership. Team USA could use Carmelo Anthony's scoring. Team USA could use Carmelo Anthony's championship or Olympic championship pedigree, because them boys really out there looking lost. I ain't really got too much to talk about on this episode. I'm flying solo. You know, a lot of people keep saying, oh man, we gonna work with you, we gonna do this, we gonna get on the podcast with you. But I've been flying solo. Then I've been real busy, you know, getting these kids back to school and all that. But I'm gonna be coming to y'all more episodes, more content real soon, man. Y'all can check me out. Be some live updates, some video content, all type of new cool shit. I'm trying to determine how I'm gonna drop the shows. I'm coming with more content, ask streets questions. I got like a street take show that I'm taking to the streets. Just stay tuned. Bear with me. Stay with me. Grind with me. And we gonna take off. And we gonna get this podcast. And we gonna get this shit rolling. I want y'all to call in, talk shit. I want y'all to send y'all emails, talk shit. That's what I made this for. I made it for us, the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't call ESPN and yell at Stephen A. Smith. I can send him a tweet, but ain't no guarantee he gonna look at it. You tweet me, I'm looking at it. If you feel like my facts was off, or my stats was off, or whatever you feel, hit me up. If you feel like you ain't like the show, or you ain't like my delivery, or whatever it may be, you know, I'm all for positive feedback. I'm new to this podcast shit. I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm just looking to grow. You know, I'm going to be here to talk sports, some life shit, some movies, entertainment, whatever it may be. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. No matter if it's race, police, whatever it may be, America, the president, we're going to talk about it. Whenever that hot topic cross that damn news feed, we going to discuss it right here with Streets on Unapologetically Uncensored. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Come with your facts straight, and we going to chop it up just like that. But I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Unapologetically Uncensored podcast one more time. Y'all can follow me on YouTube. Y'all can listen to the podcast on all streaming sources, wherever you like to listen to your music at, or if you're into podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast at, I'm there. Google, all that.